Historical fiction set in Malaya during the 1940s and later. That is the book I have got for you today, The Garden of Evening Mist, written by Tan Twang Yeng. This book is something I borrowed from the library, the Ernakulam Public Library, from where I seem to get such really lovely books. This particular one has won the Booker and a lot of other prizes. The main protagonist is a woman who has gone through a lot in life. And at one stage, she decides to build a memorial, a garden, in honor of her sister who was killed by the Japanese. So the Japanese had invaded Malaya during the early 40s, and this particular young woman, our protagonist, was also a prisoner of war. And after all that, she continues with her life, and then she decides to build this garden. And for that, she approaches a Japanese gardener, Aritomo, who was the gardener to the Emperor of Japan. So even though the Japanese had committed a lot of atrocities on her and on people whom she loved, she approaches this particular gardener who is Japanese. She also wants to learn from Aritomo, but she is dealing with a particular problem which hampers what she is doing, which she knows will hamper what she is doing. So that is the premise of this novel, and I have just started reading it, and the language is so good. So I thought I would just introduce it to you and then read out the first paragraph, so you'll get to know what I'm talking about. The beginning is like this. On a mountain above the clouds, once lived a man who had been the gardener of the Emperor of Japan. Not many people would have known of him before the war, but I did. He had left his home on the rim of the sunrise to come to the central highlands of Malaya. I was 17 years old when my sister first told me about him. A decade would pass before I traveled up to the mountains to see him. He did not apologize for what his countrymen had done to my sister and me. Not on that rain scratched morning when we first met, nor at any other time. What words could have healed my pain, returned my sister to me? None. And he understood that. Not many people did. Yeah. So that's how this beautiful book begins. The Garden of Evening Mist, set in Malaya. I haven't read many books which are set in Malaya. So I'm quite excited about this. I had initially thought it was set in Japan, which is my dream destination. But then it turned out to be set in Malaya. I'm okay with that because the story seems fascinating. I'll let you know about it once I finish reading. Till then, you guys go read whatever you can get your hands on and have an amazing week ahead. So, till we meet again, stay safe, take care, bye bye.